Uh, Good evening, everybody. Good evening to our friends and to our viewers. Thank you for watching us and welcome to World Polls Philippines. We are so excited ngayong gabi because we have a special guest because we are celebrating International Women's Month 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Our guest is so special. So let me introduce her. All right? So she graduated magna cum laude with a degree in development communication, major in development journalism in Xavier. Am I saying it right?
Xavier.
Yeah.
Xavier.
University Ateneo de Cagayan way back 2015. Wow. She is currently a donor education specialist for World Vision, an international humanitarian organization that caters to vulnerable children all over the world. Basically, she writes stories and create campaigns that aim to raise funds for the organization's different programs and projects that benefit Filipino children. Her advocacy is children's rights. She had been working with World Vision since she graduated from college and have seen the different problems children are facing, not only in terms of education, but also with their health and their family's capacity to provide their needs. She believes that once you empower them with the rights to education, to health and nutrition, to a safe environment, and to economic programs, that's when they can truly break free from the vicious cycle of poverty. Allow me to welcome our special guest in celebration of International Women's Month 2020, Miss Universe Philippines 2020 candidate, Miss Caroline Veronilla. Wow. Hi.
Hi. Hi. Good evening. Or good day, wherever you are.
Tell me, how are you preparing for this pageant?
Well, it actually took me 5 years to muster the courage to join a national pageant. My last pageant was in 2015. So it took really a lot of mental preparation, but at the same time, since I'm now part of the first ever Miss Universe Philippines, what I do is really prepare physically. So I try to cut on my carbs and to exercise as much as possible. Eat
Mhm.
fruits. My best friend right now is a banana.
Oh,
And
banana.
and I also prepare mentally, so I try to read a lot. I educate myself with what's going on in our communities, what are the current social issues, and I try to formulate my own opinion and where I stand in certain issues so that I would be grounded on these things. And lastly, emotional preparation, because it's really hard to join a national pageant and you cannot overcome it if you do not have the heart for it. So I'm very grateful to have the support of my family and my friends who are my support system, and they have been helping me throughout the process. And whenever I feel down or whenever I doubt myself, I run to them and they would be always ready to encourage me and lift me up during those times. So yeah, physical, mental, and emotional preparation.
So tell us, why did you join Miss Universe Philippines pageant? What drives you to join this?
Well, first, because I believe in the Miss Universe Philippines brand, I'm so grateful to have this opportunity. And I'm blessed because they're not just about the crown, they're about what you can do with the crown. So I decided to join the Miss Universe Philippines pageant because I saw it as another platform where I can advocate more for children. Although I have been doing that with World Vision, I wanted to be able to push it further, yung what we're currently doing and how other people can also help and uplift the vulnerable children, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world.
Okay. So aside that your advocacy is about helping the vulnerable children, what else are your advocacies?
Well, aside from that, since that's my work for the past 5 years and I've always had a heart for children, my secondary advocacy is actually spreading awareness on cancer among adolescents and young adults, where my older sister is part of that community. I believe that we should have that kind of conversation, especially with what they are facing, because we have this idea that when you're young, you're not really susceptible to these kind of diseases. It's not really something that you entertain, but
Mhm.
it's a reality for many young adults and adolescents, and we need to help them cope with their current situation and open up that kind of conversation so they know that there are people who are willing to listen to them and willing to help them in their journey.
Wow, that's a wonderful advocacy, because I had experience about, my mom passed away
Mm-mm.
from cancer, and it really, made you stronger as a member of a family who had this experience. But it's
Yeah.
it's beautiful to know that these are your advocacies, and as a candidate of Miss Universe Philippines, you will, through this, you will be able to, to share your dreams and your hope, especially with the children, because they are the future of the next
Yes.
generation, right? Now, aside that you have these advocacies and you are preparing for this pageant, can you tell about any hobbies or interests that us women can learn from you?
Well, personally, I really like reading. That's when you ask me what I really like to do or what I like to spend time on, it's really reading. And I lose myself in that kind of world. So I think everybody should learn to love reading, not just to learn to read, but really to love it, because it teaches us a lot of valuable lessons, and it really expands our perspective on the world and about life. So if there's anything I could like teach or encourage everyone, that would be reading.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, reading really gives you knowledge, right?
Yes.
So it also empowers you. Like, if you
Yeah.
read, then it gives you knowledge and empowers you and do something greater that makes
Yeah.
impact.
Eh,
How do you connect with women right now with what you are doing?
you know, especially with the kind of platform that I have, I'm really blessed to be in a position where a lot of young girls and women can see me, and going through with my experience and what I have been through for the past years of not just preparing for a national pageant, but also experiencing what I have to go through with
Mhm.
work, with the years of field work, and with what happened with my sister and family. I can really connect in terms of finding that voice and finding what you're passionate about, and hopefully encouraging those who are able to see me in this kind of platform really go for their dreams and find out what their um, calling are, because we all have different paths that we need to take, but it doesn't mean that we have to take that alone. We're here to inspire each other and really listen to each other's stories, and I hope that with this platform given to me, I'd be able to relate to those women who are unsure of whether they should go for it or not, if they should risk for their dreams or not, and if ever when they see me, they'd be inspired to go for it and do what they want to do in this world.
Wow, that's wonderful. So tell me, what do you think about a phenomenal woman on this generation?
For me, a phenomenal woman is three things. The first one is that she's confident. She knows who she is. She's very confident of herself, of what she's been through, and she knows what she wants to do with the opportunity she is given. Second, she's empowering. She doesn't only have a voice, but she shares this voice to other people, and most especially the vulnerable sectors and whoever, what community she is really passionate about. And lastly, she's courageous. She's not scared of people's opinion, of not being um of not going with the flow, of not being someone that's um doesn't of not being someone who fits the mold. So I believe she's that three things: confident, empowering, and courageous.
Wow. Thank you. Because, when you said that confidence, we really need to be confident as a
Mm-hmm.
woman, and especially that we believe in ourselves as a woman, and you are using your confidence, you're using your beauty, not only your beauty but as an empowered woman, right? And then through your advocacy with these children, vulnerable children, you're not only using what you have acquired through you from your work, but as well you are using the experience that you had through your job, and even when you connect with these vulnerable children and these women, and that is so powerful. um, Let me give you a background to those who are watching right now what we are doing. World Pulse
Mm-hmm.
is a safe, secure, supportive place on the internet for women. And why we are doing this, why we are um, doing this interview with Caroline representing Misamis Oriental, right?
Yes.
Is because she is an empowered woman and she wants to connect with women, and she wanted to show, to be confidence in what you believe, and you are dreaming that, right? And in here in World Pulse, it is a global social network connecting women worldwide for a change. It is a safe, it's a place, it's a safe to speak, safe to network, and safe to collaborate. So this is World Pulse. And two more questions that I'm going to ask. I hope it's okay.
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 Sure.
So,
But you know, Ate May, and I'm really
yes.
grateful to have this kind of opportunity because I have read what World Pulse is all about and why it started in the first place. And I think it's great that we have this kind of network among women where we get to empower each other and uplift each other, not just with our advocacies, but with our stories, and creating that kind of network and that support system that no matter where you are in the globe, there is someone that you can tap and you can relate to. So
That's
thank you for
right.
this opportunity.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having us. And I'm so glad that I'd be able to share your story with these women around the world, because there's a lot of empowered women globally,
Yeah.
from India, from Pakistan, from from Spain, Canada. There are women there, and they are making a difference. Like in
Yes.
South Africa, in Cameroon, there's a lot of women there who are doing their orgs, and they are actually doing making an impact to the community. And we established this Facebook group called World Pulse Philippines, and we
Mm-hmm.
wanted to connect with fellow Filipino women also, that they can also share their stories. You know, I believe with the power of the story, and you can tell about how you are confident and how you can do something, because when you share your stories, you can raise your voice, and there's a lot of women who can encourage you on this platform. And we are
Yeah.
doing this group um, so that Filipino will be able to share also their stories. Like you are using this pageant to share your advocacy, and that is amazing. And you're also using your
Yeah.
beauty like me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
um
kasi if again as you said earlier, I'm a graduate of development communication and major in development journalism. So
yeah,
I really do believe in the power of storytelling and sharing stories about transformation and about our struggles and our successes, because that's our weapon, that's our story. Nobody can like take that away from us, and it's our it's something we use in order to inspire other people. You don't know who is actually experiencing the same things that you have, or you have experienced, or you are currently experiencing. So really, stories are a very powerful tool to relate, not just to fellow women but to other people in general.
yeah, I agree to that. And also here in World Pulse, you can meet women change leaders from all over 190 countries. You can also learn and teach new skills. You can empower your community with digital empowerment skills. And your stories can also gain recognition on World Pulse global platform.
Mm.
And here you can learn to tell your story with your own words, even Tagalog or Bisaya, it can be translated. And what's amazing also, there's a sisterhood in World Pulse. That is amazing. Okay, so um, have I asked you my last question? But let me acknowledge those who are watching with us right now. Let me say hi to Embo Arts, to Ketora Shama, and Fedelis Karanja, and Rani De Leon. Hi, Angel, and Ormila from India, and Karen from Cebu. Maayong gabi
Maayong
sa
gabi.
inyong maayong gabi. Angel is from Tacloban, and also there. So welcome and thank you for joining us. And one more question. Last question na pala.
Akala ko may two pa.
Sige ka, dagdagan pa natin.
Akala ko
Who inspired you? Who inspired you of what you are doing right now?
I have been frequently asked that question since
Really?
I joined Miss Universe Philippines, and I always say with conviction that it's my older sister Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
She's right in front of me right now,
Oh,
actually.
hi! Say hi! Hello, Len!
Hi daw, ate. You know, she's a cancer thriver. It's been 2 years since she was diagnosed with cancer, and we're still going through the treatment process. But growing up, she has always been a role model to me, and she has set very good example. She inspires me to keep on thriving and to keep doing my best because I see it in her, and especially now that she's fighting cancer, I see her spirit even more, her courageous spirit, and how she's not giving up regardless of whatever mountain it is that's in front of her. She continues to remain faithful and grateful. And these qualities are what inspired me to also go for my dreams and really find a bigger platform for my advocacies, and especially with my newfound advocacy, which is really raising awareness for um, cancer among adolescents and young adults. And um, seeing her thriving despite of the many obstacles she went through, I I tell myself every day that what's my excuse to not do what I want to do, to not do what scares me. If my sister can overcome and fight this Goliath, then I can also do the same. So every day, whenever I look at her, she inspires me to really push for my dreams.
Wow. I actually read her stories.
Her blog,
Yeah,
yeah.
she has her blog, and I also post her stories on World Pulse, and I am very deeply felt, very proud of her because she's so strong and
Yes.
so
Yes.
brave. And I think, um the story that she's telling about her experience being a woman, a young woman. Imagine how old she's only like
She's still
20.
26, diagnosed at 24.
Yeah. And the way she actually bravely faced sea this big sea is
Big.
amazed me, really amazed me, especially when she had this chemotherapy session,
Yes.
it hurts kaya. So I'm
It's
so
too
proud. Yeah.
you lose your hair and you lose your appetite, you lose your weight. So it's really not an easy battle. That's why seeing her really do inspire me. So if for those who do not know her story, you can visit her blog. It's lennyrose.com. Be inspired because I I am inspired whenever she writes and whenever something comes up and she tells her story the way she can only tell, it really tears me up because you can really see the struggle, but at the same time, the fighting spirit of the person.
I see. Yeah. Okay. So my last question is this. All
Okay.
right. Um, Miss Universe Philippines 2020 will be this coming May. May 3, right? All right. So,
Yeah, well, we, oh, I'm not sure yet because honestly, with the
yeah, this,
pandemic of COVID-19, a lot
mhm,
of our schedule has been moved. So
yeah.
I'm not sure if still gonna be a definite on May 3,
Mhm.
but there's no news yet of moving it, but um, hopefully we'll hear from them soon. But yes, it's May 3 for now.
Okay. So here's my last question. Promise. My last question.
Really? I'm
Okay.
enjoying pa naman.
Right? So nice. And especially if everyone's watching us, um, I ask you how inspired you are and who inspired you, and you shared that.
Hmm.
And Miss Universe Philippines is your dream. Now,
Yes.
but my last question is this. Um, if you win this pageant, Miss Universe Philippines, how can you be different from other winners?
How can I be different? I haven't really thought about that, but I would like to I would like them to see me as a Miss Universe who is not only empowered, but someone who is also um, an inspiration to other women.
Mhm.
And I'd like to be remembered not for my beauty, but for the work that I put in joining Miss Universe Philippines and in my advocacy and in the work that I have been doing with World Vision Philippines. If I do win Miss Universe Philippines this year, I want to be remembered as someone who used the platform to really push for her advocacy and break boundaries for children who are lacking in opportunities and who are considered as vulnerable in our community. So I really want to be able to do that kind of work with the influence and power that I will be having as a Miss Universe Philippines.
All right. Thank you for that amazing answer. All right.
Thank you, Ate
Let me,
Mayan.
yeah, you're welcome. Let me read a question here. This is from Kay Axelan or
Okay.
Karen. She's from Cebu. She said, may I ask what's the difference between Binibining Pilipinas and Miss Universe Philippines?
Well, we get asked that a lot. Can I speak in Bisaya though? Para lang magkasinabtanay me. So I said, so we can understand each other. Actually, ang Binibining Pilipinas, di ba sa una kay ang Miss Universe na crown na adiha, but naghuman naman gud ang ilahang franchise. So this year, lahi na nga grupo ang nakakuha sa franchise sa Miss Universe Philippines. That's why separate na siya karon. So I explained that since the franchise of the Miss Universe Philippines under Binibining Pilipinas has ended last year, another organization was able to carry the Miss Universe brand here in the Philippines. So that's what makes a difference. So right now, the crown that you can get in the Binibining Pilipinas, the highest, as they say, is a Miss International crown.
Wow. All right. Thank you. Okay, so I'm checking if there are more questions here. Okay, so wala na.
Feel free to ask, guys. We have all
Yeah.
night.
Yes. So, any more question? Would you like to ask more question, friends? Okay, I think that would be all right. So, I'd like to say, who's this? Okay, so Kitora Shama is from Nigeria. Hello, Kitora.
Hi.
From Nigeria.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now we've done with our interview. Thank you so much, Caroline, and I'm so glad that we had this interview. I hope that those who are watching us and on the recorded will be inspired with how you actually shared your advocacy, and even what you like to do and dream of, and you wanted to be inspired more women with what you are doing right now. And the reason why that you join Miss Universe is not only about beauty, but at the same time you want to do something different.
Yes. I really want to make an impact. I'm so excited for the journey ahead and the kind of platform that I am given. I really hope that I can really harness this opportunity in order to put forward my advocacies.
Wow. Thank you so much. So for those who are excited also for this pageant, continue to follow Caroline Veronilla. Caroline, can you invite them?
Yes, hi, thank you so much for joining us, first of all, here in this um, short online interview. Due to some circumstances, we have to use webinar, but really grateful to have you here listening. And I hope that you were inspired and at the same time empowered to go and chase after your dreams, whatever it is for you. For me, it's the Miss Universe Philippines crown, but I hope that you would journey with me as I vie for the crown, which is on May 3, 2020. So for updates about our journey, please do like our Facebook page, which is Miss Universe Philippines, and my Facebook page, Caroline Veronilla. I will be posting updates on our activities and other um, things that you might want to know about me. You can also check it out. I will also be sharing my stories and what motivated me to advocate for children and for adolescents and young adults with cancer, and what I have been doing for the past year. So thank you again for your support, and I hope that you would continue to um, journey with me, and that you would just embrace yourself and go for your dreams just like what I have done this year.
All right. Thank you so much. And for those who wanted to know about Whirlpools, you can visit our website, www.whirlpools.com. And those who would like to join our Facebook group, you can visit Whirlpools Philippines. And those mommies who are having a special needs and you wanted to be a part of the support group for those who are taking care of special needs kids, you can join our World Pulse PH support group for special needs. All right, so thank you so much for watching us. I hope that you are inspired, and thank you very much. And we would like also to invite you for our upcoming events. We will be having different webinars for this month of March. We will be having different empowered women who are going to share their stories, their advocacies from Cebu, Catbalogan, from Sudan, and from General Santos, Tacloban. So watch us, and we hope that you will be inspired and you will be empowered with the story of this empowered women. Thank you so much, and have a good night, evening. Bye-bye. Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you, Ate Mayan.